everybody, it's Lady Sedana. Thanks for coming back to join me on my very damp adventures. We are starting out today by hanging out in part of our tavern, our level 2 tavern, and it's starting to look very, very lovely. And I want to introduce you to somebody very, very, very super amazing. This is MOOBIEN! But not really, but sort of. But hey buddy, how you doing? So, as I've talked about a lot, MOOBIEN is the designer, the guy, the genius behind Aquatica. And it was actually really, really funny because I was talking to the real, super real MOOBIEN, and he was saying, oh, it's a shame that this is not a server so he could come and hang out and give his personal perspective. But then, like, I literally turned around and citizen potential visitor MOOBIEN was right there, and I was so excited, and I'm like, hey! So, of course, what I have to do is keep feeding MOOBIEN until I can hire him, and make him work in his own colony, because that would be really funny, because I'm super easily amused. So I've actually thrown a bunch of food into his inventory until I managed to go and get some copper and make sure that he gets put to work here in the colony. So hi, we're gonna keep you forever and ever. Yay! Okay, so where we are at is I have pretty much almost everything that we'd already had built up to level 2, and I have our builder huts built up to level 3, and I have added the so we had that forestry hut going in over here, so that came in, and we have that up to level 2. Next level we'll get that sawmill upstairs. We've got the apartments going in over here so that our people have places to live. I think I have most of them up to level 2, level 1. So this one they're probably working on right now, or will be very soon. And what else have we done? We got a bunch of obsidian, and we decided to put in over here something else that I had completely missed actually putting in, and that was the farmer. So that just finished actually. And so with the farm, I believe that it has the first farm field upstairs, which is really nice. I really like it. Hey there, dude. And then I think, and let's double check on this, that there is the fields. One of the fields will be able to. So this is a single length and double tall. So I think there's another field that we can put in that is, I'm sorry, I just seem to have a little froggy in my throat, that, yeah, we just want the fields. What does it say? Remove all polished granite. Okay, so that's a good thing to know. We were, again, lucky enough to get that sand right away, I think. Right there, unless it's not the same sand. So that's that is opening up an entire side. So, you know what, actually that makes sense, because if you're gonna bump it into probably the farmer, which would make the most sense. So let's do our usual thing. Do I have a door on me? Yes, I do. Put in a door so we can go outside and take a look and see what it looks like. Because I think it's going to be one that will fit nicely with this farmer here to fill this space. let's... It looks like it's single. And, oh, it's just single. Well, this is a double tall, so we'll be able to put in the single, and then we'll be able to put in the other single. And it will fit in quite nicely, I think. And we're drowning because, of course, we are silly. Yeah, so I think we'll be able to put that in. It looked like there was just the one. Let's take a look again. Fields of the atrium, which we already have on the go. Oh, different fields, greenhouses. So different kinds of greenhouses and things. So we'll take another look at those later. But eventually we will get some more fields on the go over here. And because we do have that first field to get started. So I think we'll be just fine there with that. So that is one of our next plans of things to do, and we are definitely going to go and we're going to get all kinds of things up to level 3 will be our next next task, because at level 3 there's actually quite a few additional things that we can add. We can get that sawmill, we can do a bunch of different researches at the university and various things like that. So the atrium is already looking really nice. Oh, it's very, very bright with getting this diorite in here. Sorry about that. Level 3 is the big one where we're going to be able to actually get the miner going and see how that all plays out there. And then we're going to have to start thinking about making arrangements for all the concrete that will be coming in at level 4. So let's go ahead and start the upgrade to the mine. That's going to be the first one I'm going to want to get on the go. That and the forester, because those two at level 3 are very important to do various researches. So let's get this on the go, upgrading that. And then we'll expand out even more and add some more things. And I think we need to add some more courier huts, and we'll get that warehouse up to the next level. We'll probably maybe start the bakery, think about doing the bakery, because while I quite often have ignored the bakery, it's actually pretty cool when it gets to the higher levels, because it can make very special things like different kinds of bread, which give really neat effects that are only available through the bakery, which is pretty cool, I think. Again, I just haven't taken advantage of it, and I think it's something that I really should be doing. Now, we do want to concentrate on getting MOOBIEN hired to the colony. So let's see if we have copper. And of course, it makes perfect sense that MOOBIEN requires a bunch of copper, because he is absolutely infamous for having really, really painful amounts of copper that you have to put into his other styles. I am talking specifically about the steampunk style, which is, I mean, steampunk is so cool. It really, really is very cool. But it has a ridiculous amount of copper that you do need for the styles. So let's see, do we have, I believe he only needed 15 and we have 16 here. So and that's just with all the various collecting stuff I've picked up while wandering around the world and collecting for other things. So let's see, he hopefully will be, I believe that's him over there, hanging about. Oh, there, yeah, there goes Jayla working on that other residence. Recruit for 15. There he is. He's our guy. He's wandering around somewhere now. Oh, he took our resource. Wait a minute. He took our resources and just ran off. What a thug. What a stinker. He took my copper And he left. I mean, I'm unacceptable. I'm gonna have some stern words with MOOBIEN for doing that to us. Oh my word. Holy, I mean, typical though. I should have expected that. I should have expected I wouldn't be able to hire MOOBIEN to work on his own style. So, there we go. There we go. We deserve that. We're gonna start getting a whole bunch of things that we're gonna have to, we're gonna have to make. Some various glass things, a lot more glass coming in, purple bed, some things like that. So we'll work on getting those things together. Now, the other thing is we have made our way to the Nether. I have done a lot of exploring and stuff to be able to get a spot in the Nether that actually didn't leave us just over top of a giant lake of lava, which is scary. I actually find the Nether to be scarier than the Underdark. I have to be honest, because I'm always in fear of falling into lava and dying. So so there's that. I've done a lot of exploring through the world. I have my way of going through the world is finding. I like to find rivers and things and just follow them, because you can explore so much of the world that way, and it's really cool. And then anytime I find a village or something like that, a lot of them do have waystones in them, so I will stop and I will get the waystones. So there's a couple of really great villages. This over here, there's another really great another one of those caverns the river that goes all through under the mountains, which was really awesome. And then coming out here, this place over here was really cool. This was a pillager village thing, so quite dangerous. So kind of just went around the outside here and kept going. And now this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, I want to show you this lavender forest village, which is really cool, and a moonlight grove village. So I want to show you guys those that I found. Kept going, I'm just following the coastline because you never know what you're going to be able to find. And I have popped in portals at various spots to see if it was a more hospitable region of the Nether, and kept getting over lava lakes, which was really great. But then I finally got, I was exploring over here. Again, there's another really amazing cavern over here, and I believe this one over here, and we can run over and see it if you like. I finally found a diorite cave. So there's a whole bunch of diorite in there to be exploited to make things easier for me. And up here was a really big abandoned village up in this area, which is really cool. And this is where I finally got a abandoned colony. This is where I finally got a portal that took me to a better place in the Nether. So this is I'm sure you've seen one by now, but this is one of the Minecolonies, abandoned colonies, where you can actually take it over and just start building. So instead of collecting that first bit of resources yourself, you just take over the colony, and then you kind of rebuild or repair the buildings that there are. And some of these colonies that I have found wandering around are huge. I have found ones that have like 7 or 8 builders' huts and stuff like that. It's pretty crazy what I've been able to find. But and a lot of people do like starting that way with one of the pre-established, and they are procedurally generated, so they just follow a set of kind of instructions. So you never quite know what you're going to get, and you do get some of those really funny ones where you have like buildings that are coming up over the cliff and on top of each other, and every once in a while that does happen. It's pretty funny, but that's a good way to start Minecolonies as well, doing that. So I wanted to show you where I finally found a spot in the Nether which wasn't immediate death if we moved too far to one direction or the other. And it's really great. A Crimson Forest, so we have lots of really great resources that we need. The availability of the glowstone and the shrooms and the various nether things and the woods. And over here was actually, and I'm not going to go too far because I don't actually have any gold or anything on me, but there's a little sort of a mini bastion sort of thing here, and there was a whole bunch of the piglins in there that chased me off when I ran in here earlier. But so we reached it, we found it, and it's really handy to have that there. So there we go, we finally got into the Nether safely. And so then I wanted to show you these. I know we're all about testing the Aquatica, but some of the things you find in the world I think are just really, really cool. And with the mods that you get and with the terrain generation that these particular mods have given us, I wanted to show you a couple of things. So this Moonlight Village is just so big and so pretty. Look at it, it's got this like sort of lavender kind of color to everything, and the village is huge. And this is with one of the mods that revamps villages, and it's just, there's just so much here. It's just so huge. So these mods are so cool, just taking like the original villages and just making them so much better. And so much more like lived-in feeling and stuff. And then, of course, with the mod that gives everybody names, which is really, really fun. But look at how pretty this is. The Moonlight Grove. I really, really love it. If I was building in the real world, entirely like not testing something, I would absolutely consider building in here just because it's so pretty. It's so pretty, guys, and yeah, so cool that things like this are available and around, because there was this one, and then there was the Lavender Village, which was very, very similar, where again it was just this massive village. I mean, just take a look at how big this is. It's huge. How and honestly, like, I would really consider just like taking this over and keeping it for myself and living here if I wasn't doing Minecolonies. And one thing we can do, and I haven't really done too much of it yet, but I mean, we could steal everything from here. Like, there's so much that we can just, and you know, if we do it tastefully, and it's so funny because when I do take everything from a village, I don't actually take everything. Like, if I took these lanterns, I would replace them with torches so that I'm not ruining, you know, the house. And I would, you know, take stuff out of the chests, but I wouldn't necessarily like take all their beds. So I'm a thief, but I'm a respectful thief because it's just rude to just take everything. I mean, and look at this, like, holy moly, this is so cool. Like an actual Ariel here is unemployed but hanging out, looking after somebody's stall, I guess. And then we got a nitwit again looking after somebody's stall. Maybe it's lunchtime. These guys are the guys that handle the lunch break.
That's my theory. But look at this, it gets a little market and all of these things. It's just like this. These villages are so great. The whole thing, all of these things, and so much stuff that we can steal for our own uses and own, you know, it's just, I love it. I love these things. I really, really do. So there's that. These really great villages, and look at that. Look at that. We got a. Oh, see, and I would come back here, and I would make this safer, so that everybody wasn't falling down into holes all the time, because it makes me sad. But look at that. A windmill? That looks really great. That is beautifully designed. And yeah, I love it. I love it so, so much. And the beautiful trees, and it's the same, it's dark oak, so it's one of those ones, I guess, that does the just the recoloring of a zone of the biome, I think is what this is. Is that jungle? Doesn't look like jungle trees. Weird. Very weird. Nectarines, lovely. We have to get into crops at some point. So anyway, just loving the world. I am definitely working on tweaking this particular pack that MOOBIEN did the original building of, to release it as my Minecolonies Simple Life. Tweaking in that he's put a lot of stuff, a lot of extra mods in that I don't particularly want to continue with, because I try to make my pack smaller, and I like to have the terrain generation and the really cool villages and stuff. So I'm sort of winnowing out all the things that I don't need for my pack, and then I'll release this as my pack in the 120 version. So we've come back home. We are so we've done all that. We now have access to the Nether. We have access to all kinds of resources. We have some obsidian, and with that obsidian, we can now consider making the gear. How much? So we had 15 on us, but it was the diving gear, I believe. So probably starting with the diving helmet would be something we would do. We need the core, so we need glass. So we need to start with making a whole bunch of glass and getting a bit more obsidian to make this set. So by the next episode, I'll have a set of that, and we'll be able to spend a little more time in the water before we start drowning, and we can really get outside and get a good look at how the colony is coming together. And I'm really excited to start getting up to like level 4. I mean, level 3 is going to have a bit more glass, but I think level 4 is when the colony is really going to come alive. So because we're just doing the testing, and I've been running around the world and stuff a lot, I will be pushing through and just letting the game run, and getting a bunch of these upgrades done, and getting some of the other the craftsmen and things in, so that everybody can see it, because you've seen me actually place enough buildings now that you know how it is, you know how to do it, you know how it all goes together and how it all works. It's the same process of connecting up that the granite block and the stone block with the sand on every one, and making sure that you preview. Always go out and preview to make sure that you are not interfering or overlapping another module, because that would be disastrous and you don't want that. We will work on getting more of our researches on the go. So we'll have things like we have to build that composter hut that we see. And here again, while I was doing that oopsie where I was in creative, and I'm so used to just doing my testing in creative and just completing all of these researches that I just, popped in and just like boop, 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 not even thinking about what I was doing. So I have to get that farm up to level 3 so that this is actually correct, and then I can move on to doing the other things, because I don't want to be a bad person. I want to do it right, and work on getting other things completed so that we can move on and get a much more of these done. And again, getting those upgrades on the go, expanding our borders out. I believe I'm probably going to put a guard tower or a guard station either on that second level over here or maybe on the second level up here, just to push the border out a bit more. So the huts themselves will push the borders out, but the guard towers push them out a lot further and a lot faster so that you can put the larger units in. I'll probably have to put one over here somewhere. There is actually a guard station that I think I'm going to be able to put on the end here. It's kind of like an end bubble one. It's actually pretty neat looking. So I'll consider maybe putting one of those in. Again, just working on the best places to put guard stations and things like that so that you can bump out those borders so that you can build all the other bigger modules, which is really important. And then I'm really excited to get this going properly so we can get a miner down there and working on all of that. Let's see, is there anything that we can build right now without me running out into the world? So we need a purple bed. Do I have any? No, I don't have any purple dye. Do I have any dyes? I tend to make just as much as I need. So I would need blue and red, and blue comes from lapis. I do have some lapis, so let's get a couple of those. And the red would be coming from flowers. I think I may have used up all the ones I had, or beads. I don't know, do I have any beads? I don't think so. No, I've got some beetroot seeds, but I haven't actually grown any yet. Another red ones. What are they? Poppy? Oh, we do have some. I must have looked right at it. Do you see it? I see the mushrooms. Why am I not seeing it? Poppy. No. I'm not actually seeing. Oh, did I click on the wrong thing? Poppy. Since I have 5 of them. Oh, I still have highlights that don't belong. I do have a mod in here that lets me right click sort. Weird. Okay, there. Oh, they're there. Okay, so let's make some dyes. And there we go. And then we're going to need the wool, which I thought we had over here. Oh, we've already got a bed, so we'll just make it purple. And there we go. And that's where we could be going out to the various villages and just stealing everything. But I feel so bad doing that, you know? I feel like I'm a bad person. Let's add those in there. We'll put that back in there. Some white stained glass panels and some framed, polished andesite. So we're going to need a bunch of glass. We're gonna need some andesite. What's all the andesite? I must have used it all. Some polished andesite. Some more polished andesite. And we're gonna need some white dye, which we can get from Zibonia. Gives us white dye. Yes, it is. There we go. And because I did my upgrades and everything is no longer sitting here, I'll need to run and go to my architect's cutter, which is in my area. And see just how much brighter it is, even once we get into this diorite. And of course at level 3, we're going to be pulling everything down and then putting it back up with polished diorite, so it will be even shinier looking. Okay, so white stained glass panel, full white stained glass. So we need to make some white stained glass, and that is the most efficient way to do it. And then we need to make some panels, and of course once we get our glass maker on the go, we'll be able to make him do it. But in the meantime, we can get 4 of those. And then we need framed glass, so polished andesite on the outside, glass on the inside. And that would be this one. Oops. Left, right, crossed. So we want the left, right, crossed right there. Left, right, crossed. Polished andesite on the outside, glass on the inside. Let's go ahead and let's make a stack of those, because I don't know how many we're actually going to need. And then we'll go and toss those in the warehouse so that it's available for whichever builder it is that needs it, because that's the most efficient way to do it. And then once we have crafters, so anytime that a recipe comes up that a crafter can make, of course, we would just go to the crafter and make sure that they learned the recipe, so that we would then next time not have to make it ourselves. So let's put that in there, and let's put that in there, and that is everybody happy. So let's end on that lovely happy note. So I think we accomplished some things and we saw some stuff. It was super fun, and I'm going to have to go and yell at MOOBIEN now. So I hope that you are having an absolutely fantastic day, and that we see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.